Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how beats beat up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back out with another video, man. And man, one more sleep to the 2024 NFL draft, man. I don't know about you, Chuck, but I am hyped for tomorrow.
The draft is upon us.
It's upon us. Tomorrow is the NFL draft. It's going to be in Detroit, Michigan. And from what I heard, man, like I'm hearing like a lot of Detroit Lions fans, when we start picking the number one pick, I'm going to hear a lot of them going to be chanting Jared Goff during
Why? Why would you do
There's going to be a lot of
to
Detroit Lions
me,
fans.
man? Oh my God, bro. You're asking for Caleb Williams to want to torture Detroit every time. You should not want that, man. Why would you so fitting do that, Detroit? Why would you do that to them?
And it's so fitting because you know their new daddy is gonna be Caleb Williams, so he's gonna come up. I know probably Don Burns. I know Don Burns.
How you doing out there, brother?
Don Burns is gonna be there front and center, watching his new father come in and torture him. So.
It's an early morning battle.
yeah. So
pick it up, why don't you?
Yeah, but yeah, man, like so much stuff we're gonna talk about. The Ryan Poles press conference, and then the Caleb Williams Pivot podcast. Did you see that Pivot podcast with
I did.
Ryan
Clark, yeah, and Fred Taylor and them. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Yeah. Great podcast, but I really
it was a great podcast. They were just talking about Caleb Williams and what his goals was for the NFL, and he just talked about how he's trying to chase the number 12, Tom Brady, winning 8 Super Bowls, and the fact that during the time when they lost to the Washington Huskies, people were just, hanging him out to dry, saying, "Oh, this guy's not a leader. He cries a lot. He's not a winner," or all this stuff, man. Mm-hmm. And I think this kid, man, he's got what it takes, man. And I just want to, just talk a little bit more about it. Get your perspective on that, Absolutely. A little bit, and
absolutely.
What's going on?
Let me start off by saying welcome to everybody out there in KO Sports Talk land. I'm Chuck Full Damage One, the biggest Bears fan that you know. This is my guy Cope, and welcome to KO Sports Talk. Cope, I think Caleb Williams is years beyond what his age depicts and displays. If you listen to that Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and the crazy guy, I can never remember his name, but that dude is a fool. But if you listen to him, what up, hey, yo? If you listen to him, what you hear is a young man who is really mature and focused on the business at hand. One thing that he stated in there that I like, and Bears fans really need to hear this right off the bat. Bears fans need to hear what Caleb Williams stated that he is not here to wow you. He's not here to impress you. He's here to win games, bro. He's here to win games. And that's what you want your quarterback to be about the business of. Not throwing pretty passes, not throwing left-handed.
Not highlight reels.
Right, just highlight reels, spectacular moments. I mean, it's great when those show up that they are needed, I'm pretty sure, at some point in a game. But what you need is a quarterback who can will the team to win. And we know that wins are not a QB stat. We've been saying that forever and a day on this podcast. But one thing we also know is that wins is what people count. So whether we call them a QB stat or not, people are going to judge QBs by how much they win and how much they lose. And unfortunately, that's unfortunate. Truth of it, QB is only one player on the team, but nobody cares about that when it comes to critiquing them. you know, and
You only care about the results.
only care about the results, you know. And Caleb said his only goal here is to win games. Not only that, Coach, I love the kid's mentality. This dude was in USC. He's in Oklahoma. He's in some big places, you know, in his day. And his whole focus was strictly on going to school. This dude's in Los Angeles, got lost downtown somewhere in Los Angeles, bro. And what is this dude doing? He's going to school. He's eating right. He's working out. He's preparing himself for his future superstar caliber level of QB at the NFL level. When everybody else is out partying, everybody else is out kicking it. Church, go Pittsburgh, really, bro. Really, with this what we on. If that's a Justin Fields reference, okay, respect to that. But yeah.
They didn't pick up his option too, believe it or not, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they probably want to restructure the contract, you know, see what they can do from there. But whatever the case, that's a story for another day. But I love the mentality that Caleb Williams has. Is he a little weird? Yes. Is he a little eccentric? Yes. Is he maybe sometimes a little bit too buried into this QB thing? That's possible. But I would rather have a QB who's all in on becoming successful at what he's doing than to have a guy who's not as committed, not as focused, who's got a little Johnny Manziel-ish mentality going on or what have you, Baker Mayfield mentality. I don't want a guy like that. I want a guy who's sold on winning and who believes that if he puts all his eggs in the basket, he can get it done. And that's what I love. If you guys haven't seen this podcast, the Pivot podcast that Kofi referred to with Ryan Clark, you need to go check it out. It's an hour and 16 minutes long, and it is very in-depth, very insightful. If you want to know who Caleb Williams is, this is a great way to get to know the kid. You know, to some extent, this is a great way to get to know the kid. I would encourage everybody, go check out that Pivot podcast.
And the part that, you know, that really kind of stuck out was that he has, you know, on his phone, because, you know, on my phone, I have goals. I keep stuff on my phone on what I have stuff on. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I have stuff on that I want to do. I don't know if you can see my phone, but he has goals, and I put goals on my phone too. You know, stuff that I want to get, you know, accomplished, you know, like grow my channel to 10,000K. You know, I look at it every day, you know. And the thing about, you know, with Caleb Williams, he has a screensaver. He has goals that he wants to accomplish on his screensaver. Like one of the goals that he wanted to accomplish, win the Heisman Trophy. Another goal that he wanted to accomplish, become the #1 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Another goal, he talked about, he wants to win 8 Super Bowls, how he wants to chase the ghost of number 12, Tom Brady. You know, and another goal, he wants to play for one team for the next 20 years. And just the fact that this kid, you know, he's so young, man. He's 22 years old. And the fact that he already has goals that he wants to accomplish, you know, and not only goals that he wants to accomplish, he's acting out on it. What he has to do, the type of things that he has to do in order to accomplish his goals, you know. And one of the things that he also talked about, he wanted to be a part of the team that's going to that wants to embrace winning. He wants to be a part of the team that's going to put him in position to succeed. And that's exactly what the Chicago Bears are doing right now. They're putting Caleb Williams in position to succeed. The fact that they got Keenan Allen for a 4th round pick, you know, even though it is for a rental, even though it is for a rental, it's really going to help any QB, you know, because Keenan Allen is a QB friendly wide receiver that's going to help whatever QB that's going to be there. The fact that he's got DJ Moore, who had a career high last year between Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent. He had 1,300 yards. And then you also have the running back, DeAndre Swift, who had at least 1,200 all-purpose scrimmage yards. And then you got the tandem of Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett, who came from the Los Angeles Chargers. He was a big part of their offense. And you're gonna have all these weapons, and depending on what the Chicago Bears do with that number 9 pick, whether it's building up the offense or drafting, like you said, earlier on, defensive end, with Dallas Turner or even Byron Murphy. People are talking about Byron Murphy the second. He's been going up a lot of people's draft boards. He could be a possible target because Matt Eberflus, he's always coveting that 3 tech position, and so much more. So I don't know, but in my opinion, I feel like Ryan Poles, I don't know if he's going to trade down or not, but based on some of I don't know if you saw the press conference yesterday, but from what I
didn't
watched,
get it out. It was about good 18 minutes long or something.
Yeah, it was good, like 18, 20 minutes long.
Ian Cunningham.
Based on, yeah, it was about 18 minutes long. But based on from what I've seen, I don't think he Ryan Post just said he's satisfied with the picks that he's had, and depending on whether he trades the pick or not, I think that he's his mindset is that we're ready to compete. We're ready to take that next step for the Chicago Bears. We're ready to compete, and whether we trade down the pick or not, or whether we stay down, it just seems like he wants to stay at the number 9 pick because he feels like this team is playoff ready. Based on,
if you want my opinion on it, Cove, I think personally, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, people, that it's a wee bit foolish on Ryan Poles' part to not want to at least entertain the idea of trading down out of the number 9 slot. Reason being is because you always have more needs that need to be addressed. And I don't think you just put pieces in place and just assume that all of this is going to work because these are your pieces and you put these pieces in place. We saw that last year with Chase Claypool. We thought that was going to work. Everybody was on board. We thought it was a great pickup in the trade with Pittsburgh, and we discovered that trade didn't work out. So we had to come away from him. We had to trade him away, and we had to do this all over again. We thought that we addressed our pass rushing issues by bringing in DeMarcus Walker on one side, Yannick Ngakoue on the other side. We discovered halfway through the season that wasn't enough, that wasn't working for us. So what did Ryan Poles have to do? He had to go and pull another trade with the Washington Commanders to bring in Montez Sweat. My point is that you can never be certain what you got until you know what you got. And knowing what you got only happens once the game starts, once the ball is kicked, once the whistle is blown, and once we're ready to go. That's the only way that you'll know for certain what you got. So I think it would behoove Ryan Poles, and I'm going to trust him because he's the general manager. I'm not, So in Ryan Poles we trust. The rest is not up to us, or whatever we want to say it. But I'm going to trust his judgment. I personally, though, would take that number 9 pick, and I would trade down, especially if I can't get my guy there. The guy that I would want at number 9 is Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is a dual threat, triple threat type of wide receiver. I would love to have that guy as our X receiver on the other side of DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. But if he's not there, then it would make sense to me to trade down because now we can address more issues that we got, like on the offensive line and other places. This guy, the guy from Oregon State, I can never call his name. Fuaga, yes. I found out when I did research on when I was tuning in, to the Pivot Cast, that I found out that he and Caleb Williams actually played together for some time in high school. They played together in high school, bro. Yeah, this is his guy.
Olu Fashanu, wasn't? I thought it was
Olu Fashanu. No, I think it was the Fuaga guy they were talking about. Yeah, but whatever the case, he has history with one of these offensive tackles. That means that they have a certain level of trust they've already have established between each other. And them is the kind of guy, those are the type of guys that you want to get to go around your quarterback. You want to get somebody that not only is he comfortable with, but somebody he can trust. that he looks at as a friend, as a brother, and in arms, so to speak. And if we could trade down and go get that guy, go get Jackson Powers Johnson, address the other needs on his offensive line, bro, I'm all with trading down and going a little thinner at the receiving core, because you got to protect your quarterback. This kid has already showed you at USC that what he can do with minimal skill sets at the wide receiver positions. He took Brandon Rice and put him in a position to be drafted this year. That kid was not ready to be drafted. But because of Caleb Williams throwing him open and hitting him in the most ridiculous type of situations, buying time for this kid to get free down the field, now he's getting looks, in the draft when he probably wouldn't even have been drafted, because he's not even half the receiver that his dad is, Jerry Rice. But anywho, but yeah, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. For me, it's kind of an all or nothing deal with this, number 9 pick. I know what we're doing at 1, but at 9, I don't know if it's wise.
That's the wild card right there. That's the wild card.
Yeah, I don't know if it's wise just to sit pat and to take what falls to us. What if we get Rome Odunze, and Rome Odunze turns out to be one of these receivers, God forbid, he turns out to be one of these receivers who can't separate himself from coverage. One of the things I was pointing out to T.O. from Real Street Sports Talk, I was pointing out to him that, they talked about how he led all of college football in 50-50 balls. And this is very true for Rome Odunze. But one of the things I pointed out is
he can't get separation.
Part of the reason why you will have to lead in 50-50 balls if you're a receiver like Rome Odunze is probably because you're not getting a lot of separation. Everything that goes up should not be challenged, And if you're getting a lot of challenge balls as a wide receiver, you're not getting separation. Now he's winning in those challenges. So it's no knock on Rome Odunze. I'm not trying to diminish him at all, people. But if you're getting challenged in 50-50 balls and completing and grabbing more of those at a higher rate than every other receiver in the game, it's probably because you're not getting much separation, bro. You're not getting much separation.
Analysis.
That's what I love about Malik Neighbors. This kid gets separation, bro. Boom, boom, boom. He's open. He's open. And he's got room to make moves and make plays.
And when I look at Malik Neighbors, his game kind of reminds me of Jamar Chase in some type of way, the way he plays his game, because Jamar Chase, like once he he runs like his routes, he's gonna get that separation, and especially after yards after the catch, man. Like this kid is very great at, like, once he gets the ball in his hands, like he's gonna get like a lot of yards after the catch. He's so fast. He's so fast and explosive.
Absolutely. And you would love to have that on the other side of Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. Plus, that allows a receiver like Keenan Allen to stay in his natural comfort zone.
Natural position, yeah.
Right. So if he's in his natural position, it's all bets off for trying to stop this passing game for the Chicago Bears. If you got a Malik Neighbors on the outside, DJ Moore on the other side, and Keenan Allen in the slot, good luck with stopping that. What's up, Optimus?
Optimus says still open to getting Verse or Turner at 9.
Yes, I would be open if Dallas Turner falls there. Kof, I found it interesting, and I'm glad you brought that up, Optimus. I found it interesting that the YouTube short that you put up, bro. You were talking about the tampering that the Atlanta Falcons are being hit with, the tampering charges that they're being hit with the league for talking to Kirk Cousins while he's still under contract with Minnesota. I'm curious to know, bro. You said that pick, they take that pick away from them, that it could possibly fall to the Bears.
Yeah,
I need more insight on that, because I was under the impression that if they get found on tampering charges and they took that pick away from them, that pick would possibly go to the team with which the infraction came against, like the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe I'm wrong about that, bro. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Let me see. So right now, Adam Schefter, I think he. I'm gonna open up this tweet right now.
And what made me bring that up, Optimus, just so you'll know, bro. I brought that up.
Yeah. If you could bring that up, since the league's reviewing into the tampering allegation against the Falcons and Eagles is ongoing, will not conclude this week per NFL. But
I'm just trying to figure out how they decide who gets what in that situation. Yeah. And I'm thinking it could. And let me see.
Oh, it's gonna be next year's. Okay.
Oh, so they won't do anything.
Probably. I don't think it was gonna be this year's drafts.
Because I was gonna say if they did do something with that, the only way I could see it fall into the Bears is if they're looking at teams who go by the least amount of draft picks available to a team.
Yeah.
And if that was the case,
that makes sense.
I can see it falling to the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah, probably next year's pick, but not this year's pick.
But I personally would think, Coach, that would be owed to Minnesota because the infraction happened while he was under contract with Minnesota.
Yeah, with Minnesota, yeah.
Right. So I would personally think that would be owed to them. But yeah, what made me bring it up is because I saw the name Dallas Turner there, and I know you're talking about Jerry Verse, Optimus, and Dallas Turner. The pick would just go away. Flip, are you certain about that, bro? What does the pick do? Just spin the thin air? I mean,
maybe put up the source, Flip, if you can.
Yeah. If you can cite a source, Flip, that'd be appreciated. Thanks for joining too, bro. Let me see. Yeah, they were not able to trade up for Robert Page. We don't know who that bum is. And the Bears would never pick him. He's a hell of a player at number 9. Yeah. What does he play? Pool? What's up, Trey? Trey was good, boy.
But what did you think about Caleb Williams working out with the wide receivers, man? Him working out with some of the players like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and
I think it's brilliant for him to get ahead of the curve, bro. No time like the present. This kid is all in on whomever picks him. He's already stated that he wants to play with the Chicago Bears or whatever team he's drafted by for 20 years. So he's not looking to go anywhere, bro. He's not in a hurry. He's not, he doesn't come off. The more I dig into him and hear interviews and research him, he doesn't come off as one of these prima donna type of kids, man. Now a little more spoiled than your average quarterback coming in. I will give it that because he's not coming from pompous means. He's not piss poor.
He's going to be spoiled with the riches that the Chicago Bears have.
Yeah, I mean, but he's already coming in with NIL money, so
that's true.
Got his own money, bro. But at the same time, this kid is more of the mindset of winning, and he wants to make a legacy. And I would love that to be right here in Chicago, bro. I love the fact that his commitment starts day one, and he ends it out 20 years down the road, bro. I love that. That tells me the only thing that can make the Bears to make him have to part ways with the Chicago Bears is the Chicago Bears. Nothing else is here that says, we're coming from his end that says he might not want to be with the Bears. It's not like the Jaden Daniels situation that you see going on over there where, he's that he doesn't necessarily want to be drafted by the Washington Commanders. He's open to other teams drafting him, doesn't want to go to Washington. It's not that kind of party. Caleb Williams wants to come here. He wants to come now. And I believe this kid is ready. And I'm definitely, I said this a few podcasts ago, I'm definitely putting pressure on him to have a 10-win season in his first year. With everything that Brian Poles and the Chicago Bears organization is giving him to work with, I see nothing less than 10 wins this season. But I do believe, hear this good, people, that Caleb Williams is one of those receivers that works well under the gun. He'll thrive under this pressure. I believe that this kid
and with the terms of the strength of schedule, they got the third easiest schedule. But I mean, I don't know why they go by it because
that don't mean much to me anymore these days.
It don't mean much,
right? Because the NFL is a not for long league. It might be third easiest schedule starting now, but depending on how other teams start off, like the Houston Texans did last year.
Boom, they're the worst team last year. They're one of the worst teams. And look,
right. Came out the
they went
gates,
to the
gun
playoffs.
blazing, and won a playoff game.
Exactly.
That.
The Eagles, they completely fell off.
Well, it was crazy though. Then the Eagles win like their first 10 games or something.
Yeah, they won their first 10 games, and then they went on like a losing streak. And then they got bounced out in the playoffs by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
A team that was half the talent that they have over there, bro. And there's a whole bunch
you're
of
right. You're right. This is a not for long.
Yeah, so all that weakness and strength of schedule and all that. I hear that.
Bull
Yeah,
jive.
but yeah, exactly. Because it just it doesn't last long, when it comes to talking about who's got the weakest schedule, who's got the strongest schedule, and all of that there. Just depends on how things play out. Injuries can make that happen. Okay, flip this.
That's right. You're right. You're optimistic. Yep. Yeah, but like I was saying, with Caleb Williams, another thing that also stuck out to me was that he's like saying never get tired of consistency, because I mean, if you want, like how he also talked about, if you want to be great in this league, like what separates just like the good quarterbacks from the great quarterbacks is the consistency, always putting a lot of craft into their game, and being good year by year by year. Like, if you want to put yourself in the conversations with the Aaron Rodgers, with the Patrick Mahomes, with the Peyton Mannings, with the Tom Brady's, you always got to be consistent with what you're doing, and
check your email, Cove. Check your email, bro.
My email? Okay.
Yeah, check your email. Yeah, Flip just sent me some information here, bro.
Let me check. But okay. Internal tampering. Hold up, guys.
You put it up on the screen if you like.
I'm gonna put it up. Just give me a quick sec.
And there's a video there too. So NBC Sports.
All right. Thank you, Flip, for this information. So, yeah, he says sent to you through text. He's like, NFL's potential Falcons tampering discipline could give Bears critical NFL draft gift. Okay, if the NFL does a levy tampering discipline this week of the 2024 NFL draft, it could give the Bears a critical bump in the first round. The Bears own the first 2 round picks, with the second coming with the Falcons. The NFL has previously levied tampering penalties against the Kansas City Chiefs and Miami Dolphins. In 2015, the league docked the Chiefs a 2016 third-round pick and a 2017 sixth-round pick for tampering with wide receiver Jeremy Maclin. The league also took the Dolphins' 2023 first-round pick for tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton on several occasions. The brazenness of the Dolphins tampering forced the league to levy such a harsh penalty against the Dolphins. Whether it's unlikely the league will strip Atlanta of its first-round pick, the NFL could bump the Falcons down from number 8 to 32. That would effectively give the Falcons a 21 pick penalty for tampering with top-tier quarterback, or at least doing a poor job doing this in the future.
That's what I was referring to, Flip. Not to cut you off, but that's what I was.
Oh, okay. If the penalties imposed, if the penalties imposed, the Bears would move up 1 spot and be in prime position to secure one of the top receivers in the class or left tackle. Oh, okay. Okay. 4 quarterbacks: Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Jamie McCarthy, blah, blah, blah. Expect to go in top 8. And number 9, the Bears must hope that at least one of these teams, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Giants, and the Titans, or the Falcons, take a defensive player to ensure Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, or all falls into their lap. If the NFL moves the Falcons back in the first round due to the Cousins tampering charge, the Bears will have a wet fire first round that will include Williams and either one of these 3 elite wide receivers or a franchise left tackle.
Ooh, thank you, Atlanta. Come on now.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Flip, for that information.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. There you go. Yeah,
optimist. That's what that means. That means the Bears would get the number 8 pick instead of the number 9.
The Bears will get the number 8 pick if the penalty is imposed. And so that will leave us, like the article said, that will leave us getting either Joe Alt or Dallas Turner or one of the three wide receivers if they're there.
That would be interesting. So if the Bears moved up to number 8, and I won't say a big if, it's not a big if because it's very possible for that to happen. Cole, who then would you like to see? I mean, would that lock in Malik Neighbors? If he's still there, what does that do for you? Bouncing up to 8 instead of 9, bro. Does that make it gives us? I'm going to ask you, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Does it make more rational sense at that point to go with the trade down now? Because now the pick has more value at 8 than it would have at 9, which means we could get more for that pick now.
That's what I was trying to allude to, because there's a difference between the 8 and then the 9 pick, because the 8th pick, like you said, is more valuable. And so whether we're trading up, like let's say if you want to get a Malik Neighbors, we could probably trade with the Los Angeles Chargers. We could trade for less, or if you want to trade down, like let's say with with the New Orleans Saints, for instance, like let's say if they want to get like a Brock Bowers, for instance, or somebody who's already there, or a Rome Odunze, like we could get more draft capital. We could probably draft, like you say, a Jared Verse, or probably get a Brian Thomas Jr., or we can accumulate maybe like a second round pick from the Saints. Probably get like a 45th pick. We could probably get a la Jackson Powers Johnson. Plus, we can get an Xavier Legette or a Donnie Mitchell. All these players.
I feel like we could address so much issues with that move. And people, here's the thing. This is a for real possibility, people. This may happen. What we're looking at here, with the Bears being bumped up to 8 and Atlanta being dropped to 32, that very possibly could happen, people, with everything that's going on with this. So wow, do you see what this can do for this franchise? Oh my God. Thank you, Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, like you could build up the offense. You could start building up the offense, like you said, because Caleb Williams, from like last year in 2023, his offensive line was a problem. And so you could start building up the trenches, because like you said, the game is won in the trenches. And so if you're able to get like, trade back, like I said, trade back, with the Denver Broncos, trade back with the New Orleans Saints, you can get, like you said, Jackson Powers Johnson, or, you can get a wide receiver. You can get a defensive end, Jared Verse, anybody. Ryan Poles has a lot of flexibility. He would have so much flexibility going in the draft, because this 8th pick, going from that 9th pick to the 8th pick, is very valuable.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And so, this is big for the Bears fans. And even if Ryan Poles wanted to stay at 8, look at how much broader the options just became, moving up one spot in the draft. Look at the options that have become available. Now Malik Neighbors is a possibility, a serious possibility. Dallas Turner is definitely on the radar now. He's on the radar now. Rome Odunze, we already had him penciled in at 9, but he's still going to be more available to us at 8 than he would at 9. And even Joe Alt. Are you serious? Although I don't think Joe Alt is falling that far down. I think Joe Alt is going to the Los Angeles Chargers, bro. I think they're taking him. I think he's not passing up number 5.
No. He's going to be, especially with how he plays. He's a franchise-altering left tackle, and so I think he ain't going past 5.
I mean, if he does, I'm not mad at the Bears if they take him. I'm not mad at Ryan Poles if he pulls him. Once again, that does address a need on the offensive line, and it creates more depth for us at the left tackle position.
I can see him going to the Chargers. or I could see him going to the Tennessee Titans.
Malik Neighbors.
No, Joe Alt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think the Chargers are going to let him pass. Plus, I don't think they re-signed their left tackle, bro. So I think he's a free agent. So they're definitely, they probably have their eyes locked in on a Joe Alt, bro. I can see that all day. But if he does, for whatever reason, fall to us, God bless America. Amen. Let's go. I mean, there's some studs that's in this first round that really could help address some issues for us. Dallas Turner, what's going on, Eric? I see you out there, brother.
What's up, Eric?
Dallas Turner, bro. Dallas Turner, bro. I can really see that dude shoring up whatever other weaknesses we may have had left on the defense. Because like I so vehemently point out that over the last 8 games of the season, the Bears were the number 1 defense in the NFL. They're the number 1 defense against the run, number 1 in turnovers against the pass. We were lighting the airways up defensively. You had Dallas Turner there. If teams are scoring 10 points,
top 5 unit easily.
Good luck. If you're scoring
number
10
1,
points,
probably.
Yeah, if you're scoring 10 points against this defense with a Dallas turnover there, good luck.
And there's going to be a lot of turnovers, y'all. I mean, just think about it. We just got Kevin Byard, right? Think about our defense, how much we invested in this defense. We got Kevin Byard. We replaced him with Eddie Jackson. We got Tyreek Stevenson. The first half, of course, because he's a rookie, but you saw the growth that this rookie was taking, with Tyreek Stevenson. The second half,
gangbusters. That guy,
dude, had like 4 interceptions, and he was like locking down a lot of like the opposing team's corners. And plus, we just locked in Jalen Johnson, who's young, who's 24 years old, 24, and he was the best cornerback last year. He had a breakout season last year, and this defense is just getting better. With TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards led the league in tackles. Freaking Tremaine Edmonds, I mean, all worldly talent, bro, had 4 interceptions. I mean, look, the Montez effect was in full effect in the second half of the season. And this team is going to get better. This defense is going to get better,
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
It's really only a matter of time, before Matt Eberflus or Eric Washington unlocks this defense. And like you said, Caleb Williams, he doesn't have to do too much because during his time with USC, he had to score points. The pressure was on him to score points. He had to score 40 points each game. Like every game, he had to score 40 points because his defense kept failing him time and time again.
He had to keep his cape on. He had
to put his cape on. Like literally, he had to put his cape on. And he's going to go into a situation where he doesn't even have to do that. He doesn't even have to, okay, man, my team is down 14. My team is down 20 points. I got to do what I got to do to help No, you ain't got to do that, man, because you know what? You got TJ Edwards. We got Tremaine Edmonds. We got Jalen Johnson, studs at defense, who's going to have your back, bro. And not only that, we also got Keenan Allen, who's a quarterback friendly, a wide receiver, DJ Moore, bro. I mean, the list goes on and on, bro. And man, I can't.
Jaquan Brisker, don't forget about.
Got me hype.
Yeah, don't forget about Jaquan Brisker. Don't forget about
Brisker.
Kyler Gordon, bro. These guys playing lights out. Bro, we got a lot going on here. Hey, Optimus said, I'm about to start celebrating like Apollo Creed's inches in Rocky. Yes, sir. Let's go, brother.
Let's go.
That's right. That's right.
Living in America.
You know what I mean? Let's go. Yeah. The D-line needs more help. I don't know about that, Optimus. We were number 1 against the run with this D-line, bro. Dallas, I believe a Dallas Turner shores up our last known weakness on that defensive front, bro. I don't think you're number 1 against the run. You're all world leading the league or tying the league with the San Francisco 49ers in interceptions and turnovers rather. with this defensive front, this defense. I don't think you're doing that if you have a lot of deficiencies on defense, bro. Unless you just play some of the worst quarterbacks in NFL history, unless you just did that. Bunky, I am on the cast, brother. I cannot answer the phone.
Where is it?
No, my cousin's calling me.
Oh.
I know he knows that I'm on the cast, so I better let him know, bro.
Yeah, but I got a couple more minutes. I know you got, you have to get going, Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead, bro.
Do this for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. We're gonna look at some of the comment section.
Go ahead, brother.
If Tez gets hurt, we're back to bottom half of the league, though. We're lacking depth, I think. What do you think about this, Chuck?
If Tez gets hurt, we're back at the bottom half of the league, though. We're lacking depth. That's where Dallas Turner would come into play, Eric. Plus, I think that's a bit of a myth there, bro, to believe that if he goes down with an injury, that we're going back to where we were before. I think him coming over helped the rest of this defense figure out how to play. I don't think
the quarterback.
Right. I don't think if he goes down that all of a sudden now everybody goes back to square one with their abilities. This is a confident bunch now. So if God forbid he should go down with an injury, Eric, but even if he does, I don't see this defense stopping. I think they're going to be inspired. I think they're going to try to pick up his slack. People like DeMarcus Walker will be more, vigilant and more hard pressed to get to the quarterback or what have you, to create that pressure. So no, I don't think it's going to take away, but I do. We will feel the impact of losing him. Don't get me wrong. We'll feel the impact because of how much pressure he gets on a quarterback. But that being said, I don't think we're going to take major steps back if he goes down. And to the fact of lacking depth, Eric, we do have a lot of depth on this team. A lot of people don't know, they're behind Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, and Jalen Johnson. We have an electric kid. His name is Terrell Smith. And Terrell Smith comes in and he plays great ball at the cornerback position. If we can get deeper anywhere, I would say probably at the linebacking core, because right now we got TJ Edwards, we got Jermaine Edmonds, and we got Jack Sanborn. But behind them, we got Noah Sewell, who didn't even really get a chance to play because due to injury last year. So he was nursing a lot of injuries. So we got talent on this team. This team is deep on its core defensively. I just think that, we need other people to step up. If an injury happens, our defense has always been a next man up type of defense. And I think
next man up mentality.
Exactly.
I agree. You need more pass rush. We just Jordan Love had all day.
That disappointment and in the pocket. And I would agree with what you said about Jordan Love having all day to set up disappointment. But I think Optimus, that was more to do with the fact that the scheme that
the play calling.
Eberflus had the defense playing in. It was a very zone friendly type of defense where they were dropping back and and scared to give up the big ball and the bomb. And what you were doing is you were giving a team like the Packers, a guy like Matt LaFleur, who is great at picking zone defenses apart. You were giving him an opportunity to let his rookie quarterback get his sea legs under him, and I won't call him a rookie, but let his first year quarterback get his sea legs under him and figure out where he needs to go with the ball. You need pressure up front. Mm-hmm. And I just think Matt Eberflus took the wrong approach, but how he attacked the Green Bay Packers offensive line and the offense when it came to covering them. He was more worried about covering receivers than he was about getting pressure up front.
Getting to the quarterback, that's the problem.
Here's the key thing, people. It's only one football, and you only got one guy that's throwing it in most cases. If you get the pressure to the guy that's throwing it, it'll disrupt everything behind you, regardless if these are great receivers getting open or not. It'll disrupt.
And that's the thing about Eberflus. Eberflus, he needs to put more pressure. Like, absolutely. I get it. You know, with your Tampa 2, you run a lot of Tampa 2, and most of it runs a lot of zone. But I mean, don't be afraid to be more aggressive, because that's the thing I'm more concerned about with Matt Eberflus is
Mhm.
that he was very passive last season, and like you said, that's going to be the difference between winning and losing. Especially when it comes to time management. He was very passive when it came to time management. And also,
Mhm.
like you said, like he ran a lot of zone and he wasn't very aggressive, especially when it came to like a lot of the blitz packages. Like he didn't run enough of the blitz, and he didn't pressure enough of the quarterbacks. And the quarterback
Absolutely.
would just sit down, sit in the pocket, and just throw to open receivers, and it's like,
Mhm.
that's something I really hope he does improve on this upcoming season, because I really don't want him to repeat.
Here's the thing I will say about that. Go. Even when you got a game plan in place, when you got schemes, and when you got the players on the team, you still have to identify what your identity as a defense is. And that's where Montez Sweat really became big for the Bears. He helped us to find that identity tag. Now that Eberflus knows what the identity of this defense is, he knows better now how to use them. He knows better how to send them in pressure situations and create the press on the quarterback and what have you. Yeah. Detroit signed St. Brown to $77 million again. 130 million over 4 years.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. That's the
Yeah, he's
no-brainer of the
getting his
century.
money.
That no-brainer of the century. He deserves every dime that he's got. Shout out to Don Burr in Detroit for giving all the money to St. Brown. Hope y'all don't have none left for nobody else. You need to last, so let's drop in here to hear these delusional takes. Okay. So what's delusional that you heard today, Don? I'm curious to hear it, bro. What was delusional? Just let me know what the delusions were.
Oh, Eric Washington said has always had great pressure numbers from his D. Well, hopefully he does that, man.
Absolutely. Bring some of that spark from Buffalo over here. Yeah, we need some of that energy, bro. We need some of that energy. And we need it for more than just Montez Sweat, bro. Being just totally honest. We need it for more than just Montez Sweat. I need to see what's the kid name that got drafted with Javon Dexter, Pickett.
Zach Pickens.
Zach Pickens. I need to see Zach Pickens pick up the press,
Mm-hmm.
in the game. I need to see more of it from Javonte Davis. He was starting to come on at the end of the year at the D tackle position. I keep hearing everybody talk about that the Bears could get this D tackle here. They could get this D tackle there. They're talking about Troy Murphy, and they're talking about all these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you really look at the depth of this front line for defense,
Front seven, yeah.
we don't need any D tackles. We are really deep at that position. We still got Billingsley on this squad. We got Javon Dexter. We got Zach Pickens. And DeMarcus Walker is turning out to be more of a D tackle than he is an edge rusher for us. So we got a lot of depth at the position. I don't think that that's a position that we need to address. I really don't. Now, another edge rusher, absolutely. So Dallas Turner definitely could come into play right there for me. A Jared Verse, possibly. I'm not big on Latu. I know a lot of people going to stone me for that. But I'm not big on Latu. Yeah. It's not even his injury history. I just watched, I did some research on his game film, and I see a lot of dominance against a lot of weak competition, bro. UCLA didn't play a front-loaded schedule or a heavy competitive schedule this past season. So, a lot of these numbers that he was getting, it was really against an inferior competition, bro. And to me, if you're going to come and play at the highest level, at the NFL level, and be dominant at the NFL level, you have to have faced some NFL level of competition to me. And I don't think he faced enough of that. That's just me personally. Plus, I think he's a little erratic. He's fast, he's strong, he can get to the quarterback, but he's a little erratic in his process. It's not pretty. It's not sexy. I put it like that.
It's a little bit messy.
It's a little messy. Yeah, he's a little sloppy with it. But he gets the job done, so I'm not knocking him. I just don't think he'd be the right fit for us.
Don Burr finally stopped yelling at traffic after they choked to San Francisco.
You still
highest paid receiver. St. Brown's the highest paid receiver.
I didn't know that, Flip. Wow, he's the highest paid receiver. Okay. I'm not
And
mad at him.
he came from USC too.
Yeah, I'm
USC.
not mad at him at all, brother. More power to him. God bless that brother. He needs that. Yeah.
Big Dex is gonna step up this year. Okay.
Definitely, and I need Zach to come with him, Eric. I need Zach to come with him, bro.
He gotta join the party, man.
Yeah. Zach's been a bit too quiet for me, bro.
Yeah, I'm not big on Latu either. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of people like in their mock draft drafting Latu at number 9, but I think that's just a reach, man. Like to me, Latu.
I mean, I don't think you have to get him at 9, bro. You know, and those are all of us with these mock drafts talking that stuff. GMs know, you know, what they're looking for, and I don't think Latu is going to give you any energy above a Jared Verse or above a Dallas Turner. He's not going to give you anything on film that's going to be better than what those guys are producing. Dallas Turner is just a complete package to me. When I look at that guy, there is no weakness there. Where do you find a deficiency? The only thing that Bears fans have pointed out to me is he plays in a 3-4 defense in college instead of a 4-3. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and to me, Latu, with his neck injury, because he's had a couple neck injuries. And with him, you know, because the way he rushes the passer, he's very quick off like his snap. Like he's very quick off the snap. But the thing about it is that he kind of dips a lot after he gets off the snap. He kind of like dips his body because you got to dip his body all the way in, like his hand twitching. It's like a lot of his neck motion, and that's where he dealt with like a lot of like
that's how he gets his spin.
That spin move, right? And so it's kind of like a risky move to kind of pick him at that spot. Even if we are trading now, I think it's still just risky.
Yeah. We'll get this last one and then we get out of here. Don, what are we talking about here? St. Brown is how Detroit draft and developed 4th round pick turns into top 5 wide receiver. A Lean McNeil breakout year next. 2nd round pick. Brad Holmes.
He's a draft guru.
Draft guru or what? So only thing you just told me right there is Detroit is pretty good at picking wide receivers. I can give you that. You got Calvin Johnson, you know, that comes out of those ranks. Herman Moore that comes out of those ranks. Brett Perriman that comes out of those ranks. I will respect what you're saying to some extent. But what else are you guys good at drafting at? Y'all just got a team together for the first time in 35 years, brother. So relax already. Relax. Detroit's not no.
You just won your first division in 30 years.
Right. Y'all not no guru in nothing, bro. Y'all got this team together because you had so many 1st round picks here. You couldn't help but get all the top end offensive line and everybody that you needed. And it kept falling to you because you kept being what? 1 in 15, 2 and 14, 3 and 13. You know, come on, man. Come on, Don. Let's not be oblivious, bro. Did you hear what Optimus had to say, Don? Yeah. Show this one, bro, and then we done. This is the last one. No comments. Lions gonna sweep the Bears.
I'm gonna write this.
You rolling with that, Optimus? You sticking there, bro? Good luck. Or did you write that right, brother?
Hey, look at this. Look at this. We're
going
to take the North.
There you go.
Hey, that's what I'm ending. That's what I'm ending it with, man. I'm ending it with that. We're gonna take the North, bro.
Let me add one in there.
Oh man. Anyway, guys, man, thank y'all for joining the stream, man. I know this is, Chuck, he gotta get to work, but I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. And tomorrow, guys, hey, let's go. Hey, but tomorrow, man, is gonna be the most important, eventful event in Bears history, not only Bears history, NFL history, because we're going to be drafting the king of the North, the future king of the North, the daddies of the Minnesota Vikings, the Green Bay Packers, and the Detroit Lions. Your new king of the North right here, Caleb Williams. Everybody bow down to your new king, the king of the North, the king of the North. In the words of Game of Thrones, the king of the North, the king of the North, the king of the North.
He the king. Who the king? He the king. Let's go, y'all. Bears are on the clock for that guy. Let's go.
All right, guys. As we always end it here, Chicago up, Bear down.
Bear down.
The king of the North. The king of the North.
Let's go.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday.